General Kenobi. Hey, howdy hi. Coming back into Fate Samurai Remnant on, Easter Sunday. I'm gonna level with you. There's no connection there, no nothing. It just happens to be Easter today. Nothing's gonna change. I was almost late because I was busy writing something, but I wasn't late, but it's all butts from me. Bum-bum-bum-bum. Bum-bum-bum. These are actually skills I probably want Arya to get, because they buff Iori as well. 30 defense, magic attack, and attack would be really good. But anyway, we left off, and we're investigating a Tsujigiri, blade testing, crazy murderer, who's apparently got the skill of a sword saint, appears to not be a human, and is almost exclusively targeting corrupt officials, or seemingly exclusively is. Now, we met a servant, Yagyu Munenori, and we're very suspicious of him, but it's really just not adding up that it would be him. Not only is he being very helpful in the investigation, but what I know about his character, what a lot of people who play this game would know about his character, is that unless he was aiming for something very specific, he's usually a pretty steadfast man. If he believed it was necessary to kill those people, he wouldn't go around lying about it. Looking for some what? I don't know how you can look for somewhat.
まだ奉行所に戻ってないんだと。もしかしたら噂の辻斬りに会ってたりしてね。ああ、怖いったら。いらっ。
Good on all that. Accident.
聞きとるよ。聞きとるよ。来るよ。また来ておくれよ。
Like, definitely be funny if this was all an accident. He's like, oh, those officials. Yeah, that was me, sorry. What? Yeah, sorry about all that. It was an accident. You accidentally cut them to shreds, like to actual ribbons with that sword? Yeah. You understand why we can't believe you, right? Currently thinking it's a servant of Munenori's son, who was also a sword saint. Dude, is a really sharp sword. Lazy creep Ichiro Zaemon.
探す手間が省けたぜ。さあ、おとなしくしてもらおうか。
間の悪い。手早く済ませるか。
てめえを捕らえてたんまり稼がせてもらうぜ。覚悟しやがれ。
ここだ。
決めよ。押し切る。なんだこいつ。ついじゃねえか。
Ah, dang it. I did not notice he was doing that move. Hey, you gonna do this? Sure. Sword beats arm. Lucky Iori was intentionally not killing you with those attacks. He has swords, dude. You're a guy. They realized they didn't use Smug Saber anywhere near enough in the main story, so they shoved like 4 times as many uses into this DLC.
いや、さっぱりだ。
なんだ、いおりもか。確かに気配は感じるのだが。
地道に探すほかあるまい。行くぞ、セイバー。宗則殿は、いや、今はいい。
Another Sujigiri happens while we can't see him. Yeah, the fact we're switching to his perspective makes this even stranger. Okay, I do not want to mess with that guy. What if I do? Yeah, this is a very rare instance. Although, I wonder if he was summoned young specifically so he wouldn't be recognized. Because Yagyu Munenori's only been dead for 5 years at this point. This is an alternate history, granted, where even Miyamoto Musashi died at a different point in time. So he could have as well, but we're not meant to infer otherwise. See where the wind takes me. So weirdly willful. That's a Sujigiri. Yeah, she's just eternally asking that question and no one can tell her.
怪しい剣客。ああ、知らねえが。怪しいやつならさっきこの目で見かけたぞ。屋台の飯を一心不乱に食い尽くす白い衣の女。連れの侍も頭抱えちまっててよ。
What do you mean eating them out of business? If they're buying all the food, then sounds like their business is doing great.
あの調子じゃ。日本橋の屋台という屋台から食い物が消えるのも時間の問題かもな。
ほう、それは。
That's Saber.
いたわしいな、いおり殿。
さ、今度はあんたの番だ。
Yeah, that's weird. He's like,
知ってたら教えてくれよ。
ならば、まあ。
No? A tale from Yagyu Munenori.
つい先日、この辺りで三毛猫を見たぞ。
三毛猫だ？そんならそこら中にいくらでも。
まあ待て、ただの三毛猫ではない。
Okay, it was a lucky calico.
オスの三毛猫だ。
おお、そりゃ珍しい。
言い広めれば皆血眼で探すだろうな。日本橋に出入り
He
す
at
る
least knows how to tell a good story.
特に。
To be fair, he was actually an author, and he's kind of better known for that sometimes. He did a lot of writing. Like, I don't think he wrote any fiction. Like, he wrote a lot of, kind of sword practice theory. It's funny, he was around at the same time as Musashi. They both left books on their practice, and supposedly Munenori hated Musashi's guts, but it's not known that they ever would have met.
確かにいいこと聞いた。ありがとうよ、お侍さん。
Thing is, if they had met, they probably would have fought, and one of them would have died.
怪しい剣客ども？いや、見てねえな。
そうか。
へえ、あんたよく見たらなかなかいい腕っぷししてそうだ。どうだい、少し俺たちと網を投げていかないか。
悪くない。
Not a bad idea.
今は先を急ぐみてな。あいすまぬがまたの機会とさせてもらおう。
He's very, very formal and very polite, even in refusing to do something silly. Like, unless they've got some kind of nonsense where his son is infecting his spirit origin and taking it over, which is the kind of bullshit Fate's done before. With, to be fair, actually, like, stealing someone else's spirit origin is a pretty rare event. Moriarty kind of did it to Sherlock Holmes at one point, but Columbo beat it out of him. I'm only half joking about that.
それで店主、うろんなる剣客ら特には見ておらぬのだな。
はい。申し訳ございません、お侍様。
いや、よい。ところで、富津のクズダイ、小芝の穴子、それに深川のハマグリか。品揃えが良いな。
はい。お分かりになられますか。
目にするのは初めてだ。菓子とは目に楽しきものだな。
Feels familiar.
三吉めは煮穴子を魚に杯を傾けたというが。
Mitsuyoshi?
穴子ならすぐご用意できますが。
いや、今は良い。邪魔をしたな。これは手間賃だ。
へへこんなに。
Columbo and Sherlock Holmes, your favorite Fate characters? Now, they can't ever say it's Columbo, but he's referred to as Cross-Eyed Detective, and the little... it's like a static one-color image. He's very clearly wearing a big overcoat. But it's Columbo. And Columbo is actually a really popular character in Japan, too. Like, a bunch of... I saw, like, I think Detective Conan brought him up, and so did JoJo's. At the bare minimum.
まったく手を焼かせてくれる。だが、まあ、こうして市中を巡り歩くは、なかなかどうして楽しきもの。おそらくは、三吉もかような心地であったのだろう。
Keeps bringing up Mitsuyoshi.
では、聞き込みを続けるか。
はい。
この気配は。やはりか。民を襲い世を乱す怪異ども。我が剣にて残らず散らしてくれる。
Secret technique, Yozakura. Noble Phantasm secret technique, Yozakura, has been unlocked. Technique consisting of a single deadly strike. Elegantly scatters enemies like cherry blossoms that bloom in the night. Bloom and fall in the night, for that matter.
マイル。
Let's see it.
その雅の
Stunning elegance. Use the newly summoned Saber's Noble Phantasm.
王家がごとし。奥義、夜桜。
Yeah. The only difference between that version and the version of it he does in Grand Order is that he's like kneeling, he's like down on his knees in a like resting stance before and after the strike, because he's old. He can't stay standing that long. Tried to be fancy. Messed up. And I really love the attention to detail. They actually put a lot of attention to detail in the animations for this game. Yagyu has a very simple swinging style. Like, there's not a lot of hits to most of his attacks. Because Yagyu Munenori very famously preached simplicity in swordsmanship. Simplicity and proper form. Like, you need to observe tradition, do things correctly, no flash, no nothing. If you can kill in one strike, kill in one strike. They also preached a certain purity to it, like, you should just be using your weapon and using attacks. Whereas Musashi famously fought dirty. I will say, I think the Baki interpretation of Musashi as a character is probably one of the most accurate ones I've seen. He's very musty and creepy, which the real Musashi must have been. You would not be a big fan of Dante? No. Like, famously, he apparently disliked Miyamoto Musashi because he was such a dirty fighter. Like, Musashi went... I believe the official record is 60 duels and won all of them. I don't know what Munenori's dueling was, but he's sometimes said to have been Musashi's equal, and it's lucky for everyone they never fought. Yeah, I think even the idea of something like using a gun would probably have pissed him off. Like, no, if you can't win with your sword, you don't deserve to win. Yeah, that was weird. It kind of glitched and it was showing Iori and Saber for these. I got distracted talking about my own thing and wasn't reading his dialogue properly. We'll also say, I like how Munenori's... like, his attire is mostly simple, but there's just a few flares to set it apart. Like I said, when he's older, he has perfectly simple design. But this is when he was still a bit of a wild youth, so he takes a few liberties. Plus, they want him to stand out visually. He does stand out in how little he stands out, other than these big flares, like the sort of petal blossoms and whatever those little hanging things are under his left arm. The asymmetry of his design is very cool. I will say, he has the same weakness as a few of the characters in this game. where he has a lot of commitment to his attack animations. Like, unlike Iori, who really can cancel out of a good chunk of his attacks to dodge instead. A lot of the servants have very elaborate, or at least very long animations that require them to stay still for a sec. Well, now. What a boring moon. I already cut down my fellow audience. That's cold as hell. Tranquil repose. Yep. He's got his gauge ability. I do love how his light one is a drawing slash every time.
大事ないか、イオリ殿、セイバー殿。
ああ、助力感謝する、宗則殿。
しかし、すでに二人が落ち合っていたとは。ああ、日本橋に何か。
Yeah, there's so many monsters around. There's gotta be something wrong here.
この気配、もしや。
どうした、ヤギュウ。
追うぞ、セイバー。
You saw a bit with Munenori kept bringing up someone. Is that his son's name? Do not recall. Oh, the Onmyoji are looking at these guys like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like the rain's starting to come down. Hip hip huzzah, we've been lacking it. Ooh. Yeah, whoever's doing this is, Tsuchimikado does not want this shit going on. To be fair, he doesn't want Japan destroyed, he's trying to kinda take it over. Whoever's doing this is actually getting directly in the way of his plans, because I'm sure the corrupt officials are the ones under his, like, payroll.
風体からして術者、陰陽師か。刺客どもに襲われた理由はなんだ。いや、そもそもの話だ。刺客どもは何のために。
背くのみならばと思っていたが、無用な血を流すとはもはや一切の。
Would have forgiven your disobedience. With such senseless bloodshed, you'll be spared not a whit of mercy. Disobedience? What is he talking about now? Oh, okay, he's talking about there's some... Okay, he's taking responsibility for them seeming to be part of his clan. That's what he means. Ooh. You good?
より気配が変質した。これは明らかに魔力だ。気配を偽っていたのだ。連中、およそ人ではないぞ。
That checks out. Then what are they? Oh, they're these things.
格の神明、怪異と通じていたとは。
上野で見たものと同じ。
Yeah, those things we saw in Ueno.
なるほど。江戸柳生、かくも呪われたるものか。おぞましき姿ともども。
I don't think this is the actual Yagyu clan. What I think is going on is Munenori's son has also been summoned as a servant, and these guys are part of his noble phantasm. That he's got some sort of army of the clan, possibly brought about by him having the sacred sword of the clan. Because there are other characters who, for their noble phantasm, they have some kind of army. Examples that come to mind, the one that comes to mind that's the most similar to this would be Ivan the Terrible's Oprichniki. he summons these faceless, black-clad soldiers that just follow his orders infinitely. The one thing is, he can only keep them active so long as he remains asleep. Once he wakes up, he does his own thing. But these seem very similar in that they're fully autonomous, mindless monsters that just work for him. As opposed to someone like Iskandar, who actually summons them with their full personalities intact, his army. There we go. Vortex! What was that full meter? No reason not to use it to speed things along.
相すまぬ。人ならざる者どもとはいえ、古剣。
Yeah.
確かに柳生新影の気風が。
Still using the style he helped codify. So he does feel responsible when anything using that just cuts down innocent people genuinely trying to help save lives here.
あってはならぬことだ。故に、相すまぬ。ん？これは。良いな。
Something that gets almost forgotten if they didn't put a whole digression in Chapter 5 dedicated to it, is that the Onmyoji are still, like... First and foremost, their job is to stop monsters from just fucking over the country, because normal people can't fight monsters. Magic beats anything without magic. That's basically a hard rule of this series, with very, very few exceptions. Unless you can use magic yourself, you're not gonna beat someone who can. Especially not a non-human creature.
そして傷も致命の一戦のみ。
九段の辻斬りの仕業だな。
陰陽師はこのムクロを片付けていたのだろう。何の良しあってかは分からんが。
よしならばおそらくここに。
びっくりしたわけではないぞ。
Sure you weren't, Saber.
失礼をした。両人ご覧あれ。陰陽師の亡骸近くに落ちていたものだ。
Orders? Actually, printed out on paper. That was rare at this point.
読めるか、いおり。
墨線越しではあるが、なんとかな。上野の村田兵衛、品川の山本修善。
Those are the victims.
宗則殿、これは。
いずれも辻斬りにあったものと符合。
Yeah, the killer's
切り
target.
殺す相手を記したものと見るべきか。
あるいは辻斬りの犠牲者を予
Possibly a
測したもの
list of
か。
likely victims.
ふむふむ。一人だけ墨が引かれておらぬな。
It also does make sense Saber wouldn't be able to read this script. Actually, no, it doesn't. They've been given, he, she, it, they, whatever, have been given knowledge of the current language, although they sometimes lose some more quote-unquote modern for what period they're in parlance. Guess it just... I don't know. That's a weird one.
未だ死していないというわけだな。
Saber had a weird incomplete summon where they're not really aware of what's happening in modern times.
御徒町の
That's actually a
格之進。
semi-common thing to have happen among protagonists. Whoever they summon is going to have something wrong with them during the summoning, because usually the protagonist isn't aware of the ritual before it happens.
何？格之進？
伊織殿に濡れ衣を着せた輩だな。確かに悪辣の徒ではあろう。このままではいずれ辻斬りに遭おう。いや、すでに切られているやもしれぬ。
ああ、急ぎ御徒町へ行くぞ。切られると分かった以上、みすみす死なせては人の道に反する。それに聞くべきこともある。
Again, Iori talks about doing the moral thing in purely logical
柳
terms.
生新影流を使う怪異の群れ、それをなぜ格之進殿が
A
従えて
running
いたか。
theme of him.
当人に問うのが何より早い。
はい、わかった。では早速。
待て、来るぞ。
Oh?
溢れんばかりの殺気は。
Ah, Berserker. Something wrong, Samson?
はぐれのバーサーカー。まさか霊地を離れて追ってきたのか。
同じはぐれの身であればこそわかるぞ。霊地を離れればその力は大いに減じよう。ならばここで一戦交え叩きのめすのも一興か。
ダメだ、殺すな。同盟相手のサーバントが一騎だ。
Yeah, we kind of still need him, also for plot reasons
た
later.
やすくそれのできる相手ではないが。やるだけやろう。
はぐれのバーサーカー、なぜこれほどまでに俺たちを。
堂々。
さて、
Well
な
now,
んとも嫌な月だ。かような
Yozakura.
晩に、いや、多くを語るは野暮というもの。すでに切ってしまったからな。おお、未だ倒れぬ。その頑強さ、驚嘆に値する。はっ。
Admire the tenacity of taking that and being alive. There's a very short list of servants who can take one of his noble phantasms and keep moving. To be fair, most of them are just pure raw stat berserkers. Which is what Samson is. He is an example of my power comes from hitting you harder. Ah, forgot the power wave of that.
より奴は大技を放つぞ。
Damn, that was cool. Definitely not what I meant to do, but it was cool. Vied with scintillation. Oh dear. Oh god. Man grabbed. Ow. Ah, no, he got the lead early on because my fingers fucked up. Oh, so the healing only happens in Void Stance, okay. That's probably fair. That stops it from nerfing Flame Stance. If that's what you prefer using. I was use Fire or Void and you're probably maxing your damage.
さらば勇猛なる異常不よ。 秘伝の合力の凄まじさ。
He stops to do things properly, to properly say goodbye. What is Samson freaking out about? Is he mistaking Munenori for the other
来
one?
ないか。
さもありなん。霊地を離れた上にあそこまで消耗すれば。
そういうものか。ならば気をつけるとよいぞ、柳生。拠点から離れているというならば君も同じだからな。しかしあの竹リオはなんだ。高尾の企てということは
What
ありえ
is
ない
pissing
し。
him off?
明確に狙っていた。それはおよそ間違いない。その吉まではつかめんが、お
Why?
そらく。
Most I can think of is he's mistaking Munenori for the other one. 'Cause I really don't think it's still him.
何か。
いや、ともあれ、御徒町へ急ぐ。
良きかな。
Light in the darkness, completed.
Ghoti いかがなされた、格之進殿。
おお、先生、ようやくいらしてくださいましたが、このままではそれがしの命が危ないのです。どうかお守りくだされ、それがしを。
迫るか、この御徒町。
そうなのでございます。先生のおっしゃる通り、辻斬りは腕に覚えあるもの。しかも同心らの話によれば、腕の立つ子分を2人も引き連れていると。
Kanoshin is so scared of the Sujigiri. The first person he thinks could be it, he's convinced is.
先生のお弟
He's
子の
running scared from
や
him.
られたのか、後を追ったまま戻ってこず。
子分だと。
こうしている間にも奴らは一歩また一歩と我が元へ。
案ずるな、格之進殿。下手人老頭、尾張柳生の敵ではない。
さすがは先生、大先生。なんと心強きことの葉か。
今再び我が弟子を預けておく。
Not showing this guy's face at all. His design is pretty simple, but not so simple that it's
おお、
like full NPC. I think he's an NPC, but
では
probably one with a super form.
お前たち、あとは任せた。御意。
He's still using the basic skeleton, he's just pretty tall.
最後の砦。この辻斬り騒動に幕を引けるのは比類なき見才をお持ちの先生だけなのです。
You're all yelling, dude.
随分と買われたものだ。無論貴様に言われずとも、確かにこの手で果たしてくれる。
On the street.
さて、どうしたものか。
難しい顔だな、より。何か気がかりか。
ああ、立ち回りをいささかな。配下の目をかいくぐり、格之進殿を見つける。そこまではいい。
Yeah.
問題はその後だ。いかにして格之進殿を解き伏せるか。
なんだ、そんなことか。格之進は明らかに辻斬りに関わっている。そこをつけばよい。
Point out that he's connected
そ
to
れ
them?
も道理。だが、
I guess.
悪漢悪人とは得てして 知らぬ存ぜぬを通さんとするもの。
Yeah.
それを伊織殿は案じておられる。であ、
なんだ、そういう時は。
切るのはダメだ。殺すな。
We can't kill him.
ブー。
Dang it. Be easy to kill him.
多く
Kill
の
them
話
all,
を
I
聞き
say.
この目で見たものもある。だが、与力の役にあるものを揺らすには、証が弱い。
そうなのか。
さらばいっそ真っ向相対し精神を見せるほかあるまいな。
何？
ほう。
格之進殿も人の子なれば心を尽くし訴えればあるい
I
は
guess?
ということもあろう。ここは乗るか反るか勝負をかけてみるもいい。
Seems entertaining at least.
いいな。私はそういうのはかなり好きだ。だが、いおりは乗らぬだろうな。
常であれば乗らぬ無謀だが。
Under normal circumstances, I'd consider it
宗
reckless.
則殿の話だ。
Yeah.
となれば。
He has so much hero worship for Munenori, he's like willing to consider it just because it's his idea.
乗った。
なんと？
決まりだ。誠の下手人が現れるより早く肩をつけようぞ。
ああ。
おお、いおりもそんな気になることがあるとは。いおりが心変わりする前に格之進のもとへたどり着くぞ。
その正体いかにや。
Their true identity.
御徒町か。この地もまた久しい。では伊織殿。
ああ、行こう。格之進殿、無事だとよいが。
Tigers ahead and wolves
変わらず
behind.
賑やかだ。お勝ち町。狐の面を得たのもここだったか。
Saber can get a health boost. And, yeah, defeat monsters with him, so this is unlocked. Heavy attack 2 up. Since the amount of time splinters of magical energy erupt from the ground. Yes, he's heavy too. So we got technique up, damage dealt to humans, attack. MP gauge fill rate, that's really good. Let's think this through. Kill him! Attack, HP. That's a pretty big HP boost. And... yeah, just mostly basic stat stuff for him. Some of these mountings I got. Nothing too worth considering so far. A lot of these are pretty poor shape. You know, Lord Nakamura did say the Tsujigiri was a Ronin who wields 2 katana. It's obviously not me, though. Of course not! I didn't expect you for a second, haha. I mean, a swordsman with 2 katana could be almost any samurai. Because that's just the symbol of the samurai class at this era. Having 2 swords. Most of them don't use both of them. See the guy who chased off that stray dog? He was so cool. What's his name again? Sukanoshin? Sure hope I get to meet him. Chased off a dog to help some kids. I do like they... Sukanoshin's one failing is that he really likes prostitutes. As like, other than that, he's mostly a stand-up guy who makes pretty reasonable decisions.
そのようだ。配下を連れずに出歩くか。 ただの不用心とも思えんが、この機を逃す手はない。行こうセイバー、宗則殿。
Alright, alright, alright.
なんとも逃げ足の速い。
Sure does run fast when he's running away.
感心している場合か。待て。
宮本伊織、成敗。
邪魔だな。
貴様らにかかずらういとまはない。
澄み渡る。
特に道を開けよ。
終わりだ。
Monster.
押し切る。
余計前。
Come on. You're not breaking me. Aha, I wasn't where you were aiming anymore. Down you go, monsters. Yep, just enough for his servant damage up. And how are these new mountings? Not good enough, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. Alright. Glad I'm in agreement with myself. Not good enough. Well, honestly... let's get Iori 30 more attack and... 30 more magic attack, just to do it. Arya skill points are just Iori skill points, basically.
格之進。
Room full of fish? What? Did I miss something?
が2人。
これは
影武者だな。なかなかどうして踊らせてくれる。
二手に分かれるほかないな。セイバー、一人頼む。
任せよ。
Don't kill him.
獲物を追う狐の意を見せてくれる。
Calm today?
コーン。
Been raining a good bit where I live, which is what I prefer. I like the rain. I don't like when it goes a while without raining.
愛らしい獣もいたものだ。
What a charming little beast.
我らも参るとしよ
Young Munenori just kind of rolls with everything. Magistrate sure looked flustered.
追い詰めてはみたが、
Sort of fish deciding on whether to take the item or not.
本物か否か。
They're all out with their families. Ah.
おっと、そこ動くなよ、あんたたち。
助のし。
これも仕事だ。恨まねえでくれ。俺。
う。おお、よく言った。ならば切り合うより他あるまい。
Oh, Sukanoshin, you do not want this.
やれるもんならやってみれ。
Am I actually gonna fight Sukanoshin here? Oh, it's doing it like a boss fight. The unscrupulous official.
そうしているつもりだが
I am holding back. Have you noticed that you are lacking a hole in your neck? That's really funny. Yesterday's friend defeated Sukanoshin.
賢明だ助之進これ以上はまずい
It was actually getting hard not to hit your neck with some of those swings. I'm gonna level with you. It's like you were moving into them. Like you wanted to die. Maybe that's just what it's like to fight someone who doesn't know what they're doing. You're hurting my feelings, Iori.
だろうよ。あんたの強さはやっぱり本物だな。
待て貴殿
Oh dear.
その声色は
話は後にしよう、伊織殿。命惜しくば下がっておれ。ここは我らが引き受けようぞ。
I couldn't see this guy behind all the things around him. He was just like rushing along for a whole like several seconds. Right, full health. Means I get my full health attack boost. Means I wipe the floor with him. Ah, this is a double.
使えるものを間違えたか
やはり偽物か
Where's the real one? He's probably getting jumped as we speak.
この近くの隠れ穴に潜んでいる
He's nearby. Please don't let them kill him.
たやすく明かすものだ。
これ以上奴の狂乱には付き合いきれん
I'm done putting up with this fucking psycho. Do whatever you want. I don't care anymore. Reminds you of that one tweet describing Megami's fighting style as fighting like he doesn't love himself. A very interesting description.
ようやく片付いたか行こう宗則殿
I think the modern parlance for his fighting style would be IHYBLD. I hate you, bitch, let's die. Where he's so focused on taking out his opponent, he really will just let himself take almost as much damage as them. He will take exactly as much damage as he thinks he needs to win. It's only one step above just the double kill with Maharaga.
その2頭が描く剣戦の様たるや、貴殿の剣は実に
良いか
Fine, you say?
しかり、月のごとき静筆さを称えるかと思えば、
The stillness of the drifting moon, but a beast dwells there as well. Of course, Yagyu Munenori is one of the few people who actually understands Iori just by being around him some.
その剣筋からは、貴殿の人となりが見て取れるかのようだ。
Right now, it's only Musashi and Munenori.
ゆえに、実に良い。
俺の人となり
I think he's picked up something that even I didn't pick up until New Game Plus about Iori. Yeah, what he's willing to take is being one step away from death. Yep. Because if he's alive and the other guy's dead, he wins.
いや、今は若き頃の霊気であったか。いや、失敬失敬。
I do like the continued detail of, yeah, no, Munenori really is supposed to be an old man. That was his prime. When he was at his most skilled. When he's young, he's not used to it. Every time you hear the name Iori now, you have a gut reaction to think of JJK. When JJK is named Iori. Also, hey, Challenger.
ざれごとついでにもう一つ。果たして貴殿の目に我が剣は
We've got legendary sword saint Yagyu Munenori, 5 years after he died.
聞きたいか
Modulo? Oh, right. I need to read Modulo.
いや、結構。
I miss. Ah, yes. Wonder what you see in my swordsmanship. Want me to tell you? Nah.
我ら剣士ならばことの葉でなく剣にて語らうが道理であろう。
Like I said, it's very interesting that a character... I feel like they did almost wish they could have put him in the main story because he's so connected to Musashi in Fate lore. How, like, there's a version of him who turned into this terrifying, like, gross zombie thing solely so he could force Musashi to come to his world so they could fight. And he was willing to just burn all of Japan down so he could have it happen because he hated Musashi that fucking much. Because Musashi is the polar opposite of everything he stands for in swordsmanship. So when they went to Edo-era Japan 5 years after the guy died, they must have been slapping themselves when they couldn't fit him anywhere in the plot and had to relegate him to some DLC. I think Kagurabachi, is slowly beginning to share the brain space. Miyamoto Iori is going to be at the front for me, because this is still my favorite Fate game. Hear what your dual katana have to say once you've tamed that turbulence within. Yeah, this is supposed to be before Iori has gained his two most powerful stances, Fire and Void. From kind of carving away his excess. A weird internal battle he had with himself that did work.
戻ったぞ、Iori.
We know in the main plot, Iori is the product of not just Musashi, but also Kojiro. He apparently learned from as well. What he learned from him, you'll all get to see later. Finish that comment, by the way? I know, I reblogged it. Love it. I love your version of Friend for multiple reasons. One being terrifying, too, because... I know what I'm about.
こちらの格之進は偽物であったが、聞き出したぞ。誠の格之進の居所だ。いいか？奴は
隠し穴に潜んでいる。だな。
ブー。なんだ。すでに君も聞いていたのか。
Saber is like 4 times as smug this DLC as everywhere else.
特向かうぞ、
Love it.
ヤギュ。
To go from the version of Munenori who was willing to let all of history burn if it meant he could fight Musashi again after he fought this version of her and she ran away because she didn't think she would win. That pissed him off more than anything. Everywhere I turn, I see Lord Nakamura. What in the world is he up to? Body doubles. Suppose this one hasn't seen that Musashi. Not only would he have not met her, unless this is that same one. Probably not if he's a servant. Because servants, usually every time a servant is summoned, they're essentially a new person. With only a handful of exceptions. Hey, we're here to make sure the monsters don't jump and kill ya.
宮本伊織だと
Yeah, I know you think we're here to kill ya, we're not.
なぜだなぜ貴様がここにいるさては連中が子孫児だなそれに先生ああそうだそれがしには先生がついておるとも
Interesting, he's calling him sensei, but they translate it as my lord, when it should be more my teacher.
先生先生
格之進殿落ち着いてくれ俺たちは貴殿と話を
黙らっしゃい上様に仕えしそれがしを切ろうとは卑怯千万浪人風情に打たれるそれがしではない
He's freaking out.
格之進聞けいずれここには誠の辻斬りが現れるぞ
その手には乗らんぞ辻斬りどもめ
It's easier to trick someone than to convince them they've been tricked. Now you see people like your version of friend. Something you're proud of and how you have it clearly self-indulgent, but also able to express freakiness. Yeah. Like, I think good writing not only indulges the self, but still... good writing and good art. Good art in general. You indulge the self, but you also have something to say to others.
それがしを守ってくださるのはただ一人
Thing I'm working on, I'll admit, there's something I'm indulging myself on that... It does still have a narrative purpose, but I also know that part of it's just because I enjoy it.
先生先生どうかそれがしをお助けくだされ
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the first fan of anything you make needs to be you.
ぐ格之進めなるほど伊織が悩んでみせるわけだな
愚痴は後だセイバー待て格之進
Please come back before you die. He's gonna get killed and we're gonna get blamed for it.
神妙にせよ辻斬り宮本伊織
Still not the murderer.
まだ来るか知れ者どもめ
時が惜しい峰打ちにて済ませるが構わぬな
Use the back of your blades.
ああ切り抜けるぞ
Bash our way through. I do wish that for these they just took the animation and had Iori actually using the backs of his blades for this. That would be cool. I get why that would be a pain in the ass to do, though. Like, realistically, I understand why they didn't do it, but I can wish. I'm getting mad level ups here. Should be able to do the Bylong thing after this. And I know nothing about that one. I was peripherally, like, aware of Yagyu. For one, just because I knew Yagyu Munenori from other Fate stuff. And I saw the name, but the other one's called Bylong something. I assume some manner of dragon is involved. I know nothing about what servants could be involved or what the plot could be. All that effort for modeling and programming for one DLC would be much. Not even for one, it could even be every time he fights human characters, because Iori very explicitly does not kill. He only kills monsters, which are not even sentient, and even when he fights servants, it's very rare that he's the one landing a killing blow on them. I think he kills one person throughout the entire story, and it's very clearly like a justified him or them thing. I think I'd already do something like that for more parts of the game. Like, in general, like, it's not even... It is for most parts of the game, anytime he's fighting something he doesn't believe needs to die, like monsters.
強い魔力だな。伊織殿。
怪異
But again, it would be
サーバントか
a pain to change that out every time it would happen, and it's just... I notice it only because they're so particular about the animations in this game in general.
わからぬサーバントの気配はあるといえばあるが すでにここに2機いるゆえ何とも言い切れぬ。
Yeah, you're getting a lot of noise on the detection.
相手次第ではあるが、九段のよりき危ういやもしれぬ。
ああ、急ごう。
This will be mine. Great Fortune Omikuji.
No.
これは
先生、
He's got a big ass sword, but he's not that tall.
何故それがしよ
That's the question.
先生
Why did he? That thing on his arm. I'm remembering only a handful of characters in Fate have that. It usually has a pretty deep meaning behind it.
格之進をやったのは貴様だな。答えよ、格之進を。
久しいな、叔父上。
Oh.
ああ、やはり拙者を呼ぶのはお前だったか。
Okay. Was only a little off, it seems. I assumed Munenori's son had been summoned as a servant. Seems his nephew is just still around.
久しいな、終わりの柳生俊義。
終わり柳生の柳生俊義。だが、かの御人は
Maybe this is also a servant, actually.
さよ、あれなる男、
Yeah?
聖者にあらず。
I thought for sure it was gonna be his son instead, who actually is a known sword saint.
しかして、
And who in fact died before Munenori did.
無念を秘めて迷う。
Oh no, he's not a servant.
亡霊なり。
Ah. He's one level below being a heroic spirit. I forget what they're called. Phantom spirit, that's what it is. He's managed to manifest. The waxing
世
moon?
のもの。
Phantom spirits can do that sometimes, but they usually can't make themselves a body. He got hold of something like a holy grail.
随分と
He definitely shouldn't have subordinates like this either.
結んでいるな。吹けば飛ぶ鬼火ではなさそ
How
う
the
だ。
hell did he pull this off?
ことここに至って回り
Is he just leeching off the waxing moon chalice?
こたびの辻斬り騒動、お前の仕業か。
そうだと言ったら、
わからぬはずもなかろうに。無論切る。
そうか。ならば来い。江戸屋に何するのだ。剣の前に連れ。
参る。
Alright.
そ
No
の
reason
宮
not
城
to
の
use
様
this right from the word go.
世に咲き散る桜花がごとし
If I'm not using it, I'm not building it up faster.
王夜桜
There's no way this guy is the final boss, though.
たぎっているなお
Like, he doesn't even have an expression sheet.
こちらも加減はなしだ。
音に聞く柳生俊義の。しかし、これあまりにも。
He's basically already lost.
未だ化けの皮をかぶるか。
Disguising yourself.
それもここまで。
I shall reveal your true form for all to see. I thought this design was too boring, but just barely interesting enough to pass. Oh, it's funny, Iori's now higher level than Saber, Because of all the times Saber hasn't been around for fights. Design does lean on the generic side. Yeah, it's not fully generic NPC, but it's clearly not final boss material.
この程度で拙者が膝をつくとでも真なる剣を見せよ。
1 5 Joker?
いや、江戸を震わせし大立ちの武者よ。
Do you hear their voice actor? I've never played the Japanese version. I play with the dub because I like Xander Mobus. Actually, I like a lot of the voice actors in the dub. I generally like the dubs just because I've grown up on dubs and I recognize a lot of the actors in them now. Yeah, where's the rest of your design? Ah, bright light. Okay, now that is a final boss design. At least, almost. I think there's a bit unresolved still. Remember them saying, I'll reveal your true form. Oh, right. Ah, crap. Because we still don't know the why. Just kill us all if that's your goal. Yagyu Tajima no Kami Munenori. Tajima no Kami was... I think something... The no Kami was something of a title, but... Forget, was Tajima his childhood name or something? Or is Munenori maybe more of the title? Asakusa. Ah, damn, was trying to rage bait him. Didn't work. Sorry, team. Let's not get caught near another corpse. They'll really think you did it this time, Iori. Iori. Yeah, something about this isn't adding up still. Like, why? He's definitely the one who was spotted. Oh, he might even be the Tsujigiri, but we're missing the why. And in any kind of murder mystery setup in the Nasuverse, in Nazuverse stuff, the why is always the most important part, because the how is usually irrelevant. Like, how? Fucking magic, dude. Locked room murders are easy for a mage. You can literally... This is a real thing they've done. They... like, made a slashing attack and sent it into the future when a person would be sitting in the chair the slashing attack was made at, to cut their head off without even having to be in the room. With the room door locked and everything. It's a real thing people can just do if they really want to. Now, granted, sending something into the future is slightly tricky. You need some more advanced magic to do that, but there's 101 methods to get around the hows. Politely? Well... You need, like... It's not a spell most people can just cast. You probably need Mystic Eyes to do it. Mystic Eyes are just... It's what it sounds like. It's... Your eyes have a magic power to them. There's even a train that goes around trading in Mystic Eyes. They'll buy yours off you, and sell some of them to interested buyers as well. Mystic Eyes are mostly involved in, what was that one called? Garden something.
柳生利義こそが大立ちの武者の正体であると
さよう、品川あたりにてすでに予感めいたものはあった。死の大立ちは血のみを欲す。刺客がよこしたあのことづては奴なりの挨拶代わりだったのだろう。己が存在を拙者に思わせ、必ず負わせんとするためのな。
ふむ。
And there's not too much reason for you to have not said it. Like, you would have had to explain everything anyway.
生前の因縁を思えば無理もなし。
ほう？
何？よくある話よ。我が父関秀斎より因果を賜り、柳生新影流の道統を継ぎし尾張柳生。その当主たる年吉は常日頃江戸柳生を、いや拙者を目の敵にしていた。
大目付にまで駆け上り、かなえの三家、
Yeah.
そして
Munenori
現
was
実
a
無双と称
daimyo.
えられし御身だ。
He was a very important person.
それゆえの江戸柳生と尾張柳生の確執よ。一つ、兵庫之助が辻斬りをなしたはおそらく拙者をおびき寄せるためであろう。
Thing is, the only thing that would satisfy him, I'm guessing that explains why the counterforce called Munenori. Why it didn't explain anything to him. To be fair, the counterforce only ever gives the exact minimum power required to win. So even imparting more knowledge was more than what was necessary, because Munenori figured it out himself fast enough.
主なきはぐれとして限界した拙者だ。探し当てるのは骨が折れる。故におびき寄せ、切らんと考えた。
Though he appears to be tied to spirit fonts somewhat as a rogue, so I don't think the ritual summoned him. The ritual explicitly only summoned 15 servants. And only one of them was a saber for some reason, probably so they could triple dip on casters. The rogue saber in the main story is a counter guardian.
生前晴らせぬ無念、憎き江戸柳生を両断するというわけだ。
ちとはままならぬな。
Yeah, Saber would know having to kill your own family is nasty business.
しかり、
They had to do it a lot themselves.
奴の無念を受け止めるのは我が役儀。霊気霊覚、砕けようとも果たさねばならん。故に伊織殿、セイバー殿、相すまぬが。
なあ、分かっている。どうあれ辻斬りは止めるとも。共に行かぬ由はない。急ぎ浅草へと行こう。
かたじけない。
Fallen lives. Complete tigers ahead and wolves behind. Huzzah. Yagyu Hyogonosuke Toshiyoshi. Lead swordsman who succeeded the Shinkage-ryu lineage to found the Owari Yagyu branch. Having become a wandering spirit filled with regrets from his former life, he's now been given physical form through the ritual's influence. Okay. So, yeah, he is piggybacking off the servants being summoned to give himself a body when he shouldn't have one.
ああ。
The other thing, manifesting with a body is actually very, very difficult. Heroic spirits, other than like 2 or 3 of them, can't do it on their own. And gods are actually too powerful to do it even with help. So they have to either use a human vessel or divide themselves into a smaller piece, or have a very strong tie to humanity themselves to manifest as a servant. Now, the servants that can manifest themselves Usually they're not actual servants. The one who comes to mind is actually Merlin. Merlin is not a real servant because he's not dead. He just sort of makes a servant-like version of himself and sends it off and has that version of himself pretend. I didn't expect they'd have a version of him come into the house. That's kind of neat. Let's take apart some of these, because they're just not statted up enough. Lots of stuff. Other ones... The other ones are usually tied to the beast class, which are, to say, they shouldn't be servants either, but they kind of are. Let's get Valor Gauge fill rate. Just short enough black blades to get both of these, which is really funny, but also lame. Hey guys, it's me, the servant you summoned. Fake-ass servant, I saw you alive at Walmart last week. What's even funnier is the reason Merlin does it is because he's actually locked in a tower on the other side. When I say the other side, I mean the inner side of the planet. Don't question how. He can't leave, so this is the only way he can entertain himself. That, and he's also a VTuber. Which is really funny, too. What's funny is he was essentially that before VTubing really took off, either. He was just an internet idol, was the old story. Well, you know, truth in television. He's the first one. Kinda. They didn't add Munenori to this animation. That's fine still, but... Hey Saber, you're catching up to Iori's level. I need this for more money. The extra experience is nice too. Like, genuinely, this is one of the fastest ways to farm XP. Just carving statues of Gilgamesh. It's limited by this being a decently rare material. Majestic as the king. Also, easily the best way to get money. Because the king will buy these for you from you wholesale. Speaking of samurai, he had the idea of redoing your old concept of a Dark World Carol holiday. She does apparently have a katana, yeah. She just has it. So her being a samurai in the Dark World kind of fits. Question is, would she wear armor or would she have like white robes? Is the duality of probably her daughter's Dark World forms. Would she have, like, white robes and go the armorless route, or full armor in black, like the other side? Both are fitting samurai aesthetics. Being a samurai kind of works as a foil to a knight. Probably be in white robes. Yeah, if you're trying to... It is, like, that duality works. Or maybe she'd be somewhere in the middle. Alright, or actually no, she'd be in white robes, because Noelle is kind of being carved into her shape with all her rules. I have to focus way more than you'd expect to get those in. Got an entire level up doing that. Saber's gonna get a second level up from me doing all this. Saber gets the experience just by watching. That hardly seems fair. Yori's putting in all the work. Ooh, almost missed that one. Amazing. Not making 45 more of the other types. I ain't doing it. More attack or more magic attack? Magic. If we made her an ice queen to kind of parallel queen, I think the samurai angle would work better. Yeah. Now, with the implication that she'd be a very high-ranking individual. Attack or attack? Attack, it's lower. What you need, Cersei? Here, have your monster damage up, why not? And get your attack higher, Yagyu! Need to defeat more monsters with him so I can go this side. Although, I still wouldn't be able to unlock anything, because it's also cost 70. Iori just can't get any more stuff as it is. Wait, I think the last Void abilities are tied to Rogue Assassin, who I can still meet in the main story, but the water abilities are tied to Rogue Saber, who I can't meet in this route. Can't connect to in this route, I should say. And Earth is tied to Samson, the Rogue Berserker, who you cannot get enough of his skills in time unless you really just stop and grind, because he's just removed from the story before you have a chance. We'll go up against Carol in the Dark World in general. I foresee it.
待ちかねたぞ、叔父上。
相すまぬ。尾張の、いや、兵庫之助。冷酷無比なる夜討ち狼藉、到底看過できぬ。家名を汚す輩とあれば、我が刃にて注がねばなるまい。中罰を下す。神妙に直れ、兵庫之助。
もはや、ことの葉にて語らず。
Oh, just tie together all the things built up with her. Noelle's arc, paying off the cold coding with Carol. Yeah, I see a real possibility she'll be the actual boss of wherever Asgore is. Because it's hard to see Asgore willingly fighting his kid. Fighting any children, honestly, when he doesn't feel like he absolutely must.
我らをこうして引き合わせた木っ端役人には感謝せねばな。
Alternatively, they could do it where you get to see Asgore from how Undyne describes fighting him, where he's just dodging the whole time and you have to talk him down. That'd be fun.
宗則殿と対峙するため格之進殿に組したと。
すべて我が宿願を果たすため。
Children Asgore is not willingly fighting for the Fun Gang anytime soon. Like, I fully see just, like, being on the other end of a pacifist fight where the only way to win is to talk to them. He's like, I'm not going to hit you, but I can't let you go through with this. Like, trying to prevent them from going after something dangerous. Like, he never attacks back, but you have to talk him down. And the pitfalls are like, if you mess up, you just lose TP and you need to use TP to convince him. That could be like the fail state, quote unquote. So it's not just boring go-through dialogue to win.
俺はただ示すのみよ。
少子死者が写しをにて何を示すか。
What could a dead man show the world of the living?
示すとも。極めし我が剣が何より勝ると。
You ain't even... whatever.
見し剣道こそ正しきものであると。
Big difference between the UT and DR circumstances is that in Deltarune, Asgore would be going against his own kid. Which he just would not fly with. Absolutely not.
兵庫の助剣に狂い果てるか。
The sword.
ならば来い。
Actually, looking at it, it does look like that sword is, like, coiled around him. I'm wondering if the sword itself is part of this. Because they did bring it up earlier.
こたびの騒ぎに幕を引こうぞ。
なあ。
覚悟は良いな、兵庫の助。
Iori carved like a dozen statues before coming over here. He's stronger than ever.
影流三世何するものぞ。貴殿の剣、永劫拙者に届かぬと知れ。
Ooh, yelling. Ah, he can just make more of those. I'm guessing the Yagyu Odachi, there's something about it that's part of this. Yagyu Toshiyoshi, the fervid nemesis. Oh, I'm playing as Munenori for this. Alright, they didn't want this to be challenging then. Tranquil repose. Here I go.
その雅の様
Secret technique,
世
Yozakura.
に咲き散る桜花がごとし
Cherry blossoms that bloom and fall at night.
なんという剣気。これが新影流同等か。
やるようだ終わりのだが所詮は取るに足らぬ
Oh, yep.
まだだ。まだ俺は。
Also like how his face is still human. As if that's something like a bodysuit that's overtaking him. So, like he's wearing this.
逃げ足の速い。
It's a good design. Got more experience for carving a statue than fighting that guy.
二方とも相すまぬが
徳を追うぞ、より。
ああ、行こ
それ、私も一緒に行っていいかしら。
Time for things to get a little dicey. Hey, Musashi.
ほう
う。師匠。何故ここに。
It is funny, even the version of him that's not obsessed with her still cannot stand her. I wonder if this one will be like that too.
辻斬りを追ってここへ来たと。
イエス。愛弟子が着せられたお面
Yes.
すすいでやるのも師匠の務めというもの。
Teacher's duties also include clearing the name of my darling disciples.
そうでしたか。心遣い
Thank you, female
痛み入れ
father.
ます。なのですが、その
ありゃ、ありますか、疑問。
You have a concern?
いささか
It's probably small.
はっきり言わぬか、より。品川でのあれは一体何だったのだ。そこはそれ。行き詰まった捜査に鬱憤が溜まっていて、何にせよすっきりしたので、ここにたどり着くことができました。それでこちらの御仁は
Oh. You wonder how she'll react. To be fair, this is her as a berserker. It's a bit different.
お目にかかる。いおり殿、師匠と
And this is him as a child, or not a child, but as a young man, also a fair bit different.
ああ、このお方こそ我が師、二天一流階層宮本武蔵その人だ。
ほうほう、武蔵、新面武蔵か。女性の姿形とはまた。
He didn't recognize her, so it's not that Munenori, which would have been a hell of a pull. Do you like the kind of fan idea that Carol is a weeb for swords in Japanese culture? That would be really funny, yeah.
ちょっぴり異なる世界から訪れた男の武蔵ならざる女武蔵、そんなところです。
Yeah, they get around gender swapping Musashi by this is the Musashi of another timeline. A dead timeline, in fact. And she just kind of keeps winding up in other timelines. It's loosely implied that a holder of the true magic that lets you actually access the multiverse might have done this to her as a precaution to assist in something going down the line she needed to be part of. Because apparently before it happened the first time, she apparently helped an old noble-looking man. It's a weird detail.
はじめまして、麗しくも恐ろしき剣士殿。
How will she
どこの
react?
どなたかお尋ねしても。
無論。セイバー柳生宗則と申す。先に名乗るべきであった。相すまぬ。
いいえ、私が先に名乗って正解よ。そっか、柳生宗則か。そりゃ、こういう縁もあります。
She still acknowledges it, but she's not especially shocked by it. She's taking things a little seriously right now. There's another bond we share.
師匠。
いいえ、なんでも。って巧妙なる剣術無双殿は本当は
Yeah, this Musashi is kind of unique in that because of the weird way she works as a servant, she actually is the same individual every time she's summoned.
今はいおりくんの汚名を晴らすのが先なのです。じゃ、またね。
It also means she's a rare example of a servant who has endless potential to get stronger.
言ってしまわれだ。
やれやれ。
Or at least she would.
我らも行くぞ。
あれは少なからず手傷を負った。そう遠くへは逃げられまい。
Oh, we caught him pretty bad. I almost bisected him personally.
色濃く残る魔力の後を追えばすぐさま追いつこう。
Just gotta go after him. Chronicles 3. Yagyu Toshiyoshi, Kakunoshin. Wada Yagyu. Yep. Ooh.
時を稼ぐつもりか。
躍動。何これも一興。存分に切り倒してくれようぞ。
Yay, full health means I don't have to worry about dealing enough damage. I just do. It's me! That one admittedly didn't. Unfettered. Beat 100 enemies with a newly summoned saber. Oh, cool. Good job, me. I totally knew I was doing that and meant to do so. Five Skandas. Chop, chop, chop. That's a warrior suppression. I can't go back to my house to get that last upgrade. Sucks, but that's how it goes. Hacker. Ah, we're doing it over here, huh? This is kind of the place tied to Iori's growth. Like, whenever he gets real breakthroughs in his swordsmanship, this is where he is. That feeling when fate? Hey, courting that. It's Munenori's nephew, who isn't quite a servant because he... God knows he's not important enough to be one. We just have to beat his ass again. How did we beat her here when she left for... Actually, no, she's a berserker. Don't ask questions you already know the answer to. Does he recognize her? A little? Won't simply stand by if you mean to frame my darling disciple. He will protect Iori's reputation. He will absolutely let him die or even kill him herself, but his rep stays intact. Yeah, I mean, yeah. No one remembers Toshiyoshi because Munenori was around. He'll never be a servant because his uncle is a servant, essentially. We have support Musashi here. What do you think you aiming at? Ow.
をも切ってみせようぞ。
備えあれば憂いなし。マイル
There we go.
その
Yuri's PR team. Everything but that is not
世に
important.
咲き散る
It feels that way sometimes, yeah.
王夜桜
You will willingly engage in a death match with him, but you best not say shit about it when either of them lose. One of them has to lose, obviously. Ah, you got your meter back. Good job. Bastards. Savage downpour. None of that. Nice block, stupid. Alright, what are you doing? Like, I appreciate the game of using so many thrusts, my guy. But also die. Miss me! Divide. Miss me! Boom. Ooh, we got a ton of items for doing that. What's up, Toshiyoshi?
どうやら勝負あったようだ。よく戦った兵庫之助。なかなかどうして楽しめた。
Yeah, this fight was very stacked against him. He has a very weak foundation to be a spirit, and he's against two people who are known in the zeitgeist to be better than him. Yeah, actually three if you count Saber as well. Iori, it was iffy, because Iori is also someone overshadowed by, you know, when he was around. But that's not a comparison the story itself wants to make.
こたびはここまでだ。特成仏を。
いいえ、まだよ。
What's up?
武蔵、君。
はてさて、いかがなされた武蔵殿。
ええ、三文芝居はもう結構。普段の辻斬り正体見たり。観念なさい。柳生宗則。
師匠。それは。
Yeah, I figured it was gonna be something like this. I'm trying to get them to explain it, though.
君も分かっているでしょう。彼をずっと近くで見ていた。
いおり。
剣でなく、まず琴の葉でもって貴殿に伝える非礼を許してほしい。宗則殿、上野にて貴殿と初めてまみえしとき、
First saw you in
こちら
Ueno.
に振るう早く鋭きその刃が、宗則殿が水面に映る月影に見え
Moon reflected in a pool of water.
目には見えるがつかめない。常に揺らめく光がその輪郭を捉えさせない。故に貴殿という人を知りたいと、剣士として理解すべきだと本能で悟った。たとえいかに怪しかろうとも いや、誰より怪しいからこそ。ひとときなりとも共に歩むことで、俺は貴殿の全てを捉えようとした。だができなかった。いくら手を伸ばせど揺れる月影はつかめない。月影の奥に隠されたまだ見ぬ正体があるのだと、そう考えてしまうほどに。故に宗則殿、俺は貴殿をいささかなりとも
Yeah.
信じていない。
Iori never trusted him.
いおり、
先ほど貴殿を捕らえられないと言ったが、ただ一つだけつかめた感覚がある。貴殿、見定めていただろう。思い描く結末に俺がたどり着くか否か。時にこちらの思考を確かめながら、時に強引な手招きで導きながら、傍らから常に。そして今この時、貴殿と再び対するこの時、この結末こそが何より望んだものではないか。宗則殿、貴殿は何故。
That's the real question. Why?
見事なり、宮本伊織。
Oh.
こやつらなぜ。
伊織殿、慶願をたたえ。
Allow me to reveal my true name.
を明かさ。
Oh, don't tell me. Did I call it after all?
我が名は柳生宗則。だが、江戸柳生、田島の神の宗則にあらず。
He's not Tajima no Kami.
我こそは畜生道をこそ行く影の矢。その具現にて候。
Oh my god.
影の野球。
いかにも田島の神でなかりせば当主の責務。
He's essentially Yagyu Munenori alter.
裏の道を行かば
裏の道。
さよ日向でなく影にて正義を成した。
Yeah, but he was so good at playing it, I couldn't even tell.
野因をかける人軍の総帥、それこそが拙者である。こやつらこそは我が宝具の一端。
He's
闇より生まれし
Persona 4ing
従
it?
順なる我が
What?
配下よ。
You mean Persona 4ing it? Yep, that's his noble phantasm. Persona, yeah.
だと。
I even called that part.
霊月の儀にて同様の宝具は皆ん。
I was off about it being his son involved, but
我が形にてこの通り。我が影になせぬことはない。官庁、石膏、暗殺、時には拙者に代わり役人の成敗も抜かりなく。
やはり
of course.
格之進殿の骸に残るのは
Filled with countless
急所を
wounds.
捉えきれない無数の傷ばかり。日本橋で見た骸と比べ
It was almost too gruesome to look at,
見るに耐えない
which meant the
と思う。
original killer wasn't the one who did it.
やはり下手人が違ったか。
だが少々移りがちがたまに傷でな。 拙者と同じ野牛に触れたが最後いともたやすく主を変えてしまうのだ。
ははあ、便利な分弱点があるタイプね。それであの時御徒町では御家人を切った宗則殿の宝具を年吉殿はいともたやすく御していたのね。からくりが操る主を選べないようにはい語る彼は野牛の
They
血に
simply
抗う
have to obey. Under the influence of decision paralysis, do you push Moriman's main story for rewards? Do side stories, have them all unlocked? For posses, to improve your Tawil and Katagara teams? You continue attempting endgame and procrastinating college assignments. I mean, I can't help but think doing your college assignments first is the call here.
俺が従いしくげは叔父上の宝具とやら辻斬りの現場にて奪いし者である。
Yeah, when I started seeing dark shadows in, like, a lot of his attack animations, I had a feeling he wasn't protagonist, gonna stay one the whole time.
全てだ。
それも宗則殿と戦うためか。
無論叔父上の所業を目にして後その手足として動く倉庫を従え倉庫宝具とやらを奪い続ければ
That makes more sense, yeah.
と相まみえる時が来ると
Also, there's just no way a phantom spirit could manifest a noble phantasm. It's literally one of the main reasons he's not a... One of the main reasons you wouldn't be a heroic spirit is you don't have a noble phantasm. If you don't have some special technique or ability or crystallization of your existence or weapon or something like that, it's just not gonna work. And the Yagyu Odachi just ain't that special.
野牛よ、君は何故役人どもを殺して回った？
Justice through the shadows. Like I said, the Munenori I knew wouldn't bother hiding the fact he'd done it. But this one, he does seem to essentially be an alter. Or he's from another world, I suppose, but him saying he's from those denied reincarnation... That sounds like he is what's called the heroic spirit Swordmaster. Him not recognizing Musashi could have been an act. As in, this might be the one who was willing to burn the entire world down to try to fight her again. I might be off on that, I don't know yet, but when he said he's one of those denied reincarnation, that's what I had to think. Alternatively, he's another individual like Musashi who world hops.
ことの葉通りを例えばいつか見た軽やかなる無頼の刃新面武蔵で
Unorthodox and incautious blade of Shinmen Musashi, yeah.
例えば奔放不気にし愚直なるまばゆき刃
Brilliant and uninhibited sword of Jubei Mitsuyoshi.
悪しき者どもことごとく切り捨てん故に拙者も習って
Do your college assignments. Started attempting endgame an hour ago, so you need to finish that first. I mean... I suppose.
わからぬ顔だな、セイバー殿。天意無法に、生来の己がなさぬことをなす。三吉のごとく、いずこかの世でし合った
Flower at the apex of heaven. Whom I fought to the death in another world. Yeah, I think that is him then. I think this is the heroic spirit Swordmaster, Yagyu Munenori. He was turned into this weird... Like he was tied to his own karma, so he was this weird, infinitely regenerating zombie. And, Senji Muramasa had to make a special sword that could even kill these guys. Because otherwise they'd just regenerate fully. Because no person is without connection to their karma. And by tying their body to it, they were this these gross things.
そうであろう、兵庫之助。剣の夢にとらわれたるものよ。
That is an amazing pull to bring him back.
実によく似ている。
Bring him back in his young body, too, is crazy. Although... No, that's right. Musashi even mentioned... So, that version of him fought that Musashi once while he was alive. And one of his big regrets was he was going to die without fighting her again. So he regretted reaching old age. And that's why he willingly let himself become one of those. So he could fight without limits. So this version of him would consider his young self his peak. That actually works out perfectly. This is one of those things you have to play so much other stuff to get everything of, but they assume most people who are playing the game with Musashi in it played the, played or at least read the stuff with Musashi in it before this. It's not the uncle he's actually jealous of, so he's just gonna fight for fun. It's sarcastic a little shit, but works for me. Ah. 2 on 2. Oh yeah, Musashi's having fun. I wonder if she'd figured it out that it was the same Munenori she'd fought before. Iori's like, I'm like early chapter 3 at the best. I am not built for this right now. Iori fighting one of the heroic spirit Swordmasters is crazy. Yep. Musashi, I can't help but think... It's fine, it's fine. I did mention this before. The two of them don't get to fight side by side very often. I'm glad the DLC chose to rectify that by... the other DLC made it so there's a fight against them working together, but here we get to play as it.
剣士には剣士の譲れぬ矜持があるのです。
俺からも頼む、セイバー。一連の騒動に真に幕を引くためにも、この一戦、何より師匠の言う通り。
And it is funny, this version of Munenori was the one who blocked the truth about Iori so quickly as well. A truth even the reader is not gonna know in the first playthrough.
踏み入るべき領分ではないか。許す。存分に戦ってくるがよい。死ぬなよ、ニオリ。
Yagyu Shadow. Miyamoto Musashi declared that she had discovered the murderer's true identity. Munenori takes the opportunity to explain the truth behind his spirit origin. Munenori that has materialized in Edo is not the renowned individual from history, rather one possible eventuality. Specifically, this spirit origin reflects what would have happened if he had chosen to become the commander of the clandestine Yagyu Shadow ninja troupe instead of the head of the Yagyu clan. He is then chain summoned to this world by the existence of the female Musashi. Upon revealing his true identity and admitting to being the Tsujigiri perpetrator, Munenori requests a final battle with Iori and Musashi. Shadow Yagyu Sword Chronicles, his other noble phantasm. It is actually pretty normal to have more than one. 3 is kind of the hard limit for most servants. Shadow Seclusion. So, a combination of independent action and presence concealment, it seems. Tsujigiri Murderer. Yeah, the fact he was summoned specifically by the female Musashi was the chain summon. That tells me for sure, along with his other statements like, those denied reincarnation. We fought to the death once before. This is the Munenori who was the heroic spirit Swordmaster. He has the memories of that event. Let's check preparations real quick.
始めよ
What do I have for mountings? This one's worth looking at. Normal attack, servant damage, valor gauge up, or less valor gauge, less normal attack, one with the earth. 2 attack for way worse skills ain't worth it. Oh, I discarded them instead of dismantling them. Oops. No. They don't want you doing too much. Didn't ask for an uncle like this. Hey, this guy's actually crazy. I kind of feel bad for what's going down at this point. And yet, we're doing this. The Berserker did notice Munenori's truth. I did say this location is so often tied to important moments for Iori and his growth. So Munenori did all that to try to make Iori a more worthy opponent to fight him. Because, again, this is the version of him that was willing to burn all of existence to fight one person one more time. I'm ready.
待たせたな、宗則殿。
The reason this caught me off that I was so sure it couldn't be him was I was so sure it couldn't be the Swordmaster. The man cut off from reincarnation, tied to his own karma, that so long as he had karma, his body would not die. So they had to cut karma itself to kill him. I didn't think he could manifest as a servant again. But this universe is one based on breaking the rules. With very little exception, any rule you've heard, there's at least one way to break it. Musashi's a walking broken rule, so I don't see why she can't be the, impetus for other broken rules. Also, to be fair, he actually wasn't a servant when he did that. He was still a living person. So, no reason he couldn't become a servant afterwards, especially with history in flux as it is right now. The Grand Order is still ongoing at this point. Which means all sorts of nonsense that shouldn't be able to be a heroic spirit can be, because the counterforce doesn't know what to do with itself. The literal Antichrist managed to spawn in, and after a lot of back and forth is now on the side of the Grand Order. I'm not fucking kidding when I say that. So this is light work in comparison.
なたもずいぶん気が長いったら試合たいならさっさと襲えばいいものを。
そうもいかぬ。浴びた剣気が父において
Is this the fate of some kind of samurai remnant? It sure seems to be.
故に共に歩む中で確かめようとしたと。
Wanted to see how savage he truly is.
周到さだ。
And he did see. He saw the actual... I hesitate to say it because it's so spoilery. What Iori really is deep down within himself. I keep alluding to it, but not saying it outright.
全くです。天意無法には程遠いんじゃないかしら。側だけの真似になってるってことは、あなたが一番よくわかってるでしょうけど。
これはしたい。だがこれでよかったのだ。この歩みあればこそ伊織殿のしたる貴殿と皆焦がれし無二の好敵手ともこうして
To face once more the unrivaled opponent I've yearned after for so long. Yeah, but this time you're not immortal, so it's gonna be a lot easier to kill you. Musashi's also excited to fight him again. May not be the same blade I brandished during our last duel, but it's just as sharp. Yeah, that is, I think, her referencing that she's not using the Karma Severing Sword anymore. Although she still pulls it out for her Noble Phantasm. We face formidable foes, but so do they.
伊織殿、貴殿と共に過ごしたはまさに試合へ至るため。しかれど、貴殿と共にあったひとときも
The brief time we shared was not without value.
当世にて、貴殿がごとき剣士と巡り会えたこと、忘れずにおきたいものだ。
I'm glad they used this to build Iori as a character as well.
死の二天一流とはまるで異なる月のごとく冴えた剣。
Bold and clear as the moon.
伊織殿、貴殿の剣の奥に潜むものを、拙者は。
Any of the DLC dialogue changes in New Game Plus.
我ら剣士ならば。
Because a bunch of the main story dialogue does, but I wonder if any of the DLCs do.
あとは剣にて語らうのみか。
I'm guessing not the K in Command, because that's a story that doesn't take itself seriously at all.
それでこそ我が弟子です。それじゃ。野牛一門、いざ勝負。我ら二天一流がお相手いたしましょう。
Yeah. Wonder if this fight's gonna suck. Oh, Miyamoto Iori, Sadatsugu, and Shinmen Musashi. Shin Kageryu versus Niten Ichiryu. Yagyu Toshiyoshi, the third disciple of Shin Kageryu.
影の野牛が総帥、野牛宗則。その儚き命、桜花のごとく散らしてくれる。暇せい、伊織殿。鬼の僧がためらうことなく突き立てよう。
Yagyu Munenori, the Midnight Moon.
集い集い、血花のいずれも狂える鬼ばかり。この巡り合わせに幾万の感謝。
This is still a 2v1 fight, which inherently means it's gonna suck a little. Okay, cool. She just fucking failed entirely to do the interrupt. How did that not count as a dodge? Fuck you! He so dodged that. Ooh. Okay. He like has slightly more hit stun on these attacks than the other characters do. Which actually means you can't dodge out of them like everyone else can. Much as I hate to say it, I'm gonna have to use healing items to go through this. Oh dear, that's probably gonna be bad. Ow!
聞こえてないかもだけど、やっぱりそういう顔しちゃうんだね。
It really is the inherent problem with this setup they keep fucking doing for the DLCs, is that these characters don't work as a dual fight. You really can't balance them alongside each other because they both do their own incompatible things. If you are focusing on one, the other is killing you. Let's try to kill the weaker one first. Yeah, he gets his meter back. Nah, you're not allowed to do that attack. Whoop. I'll cut you down nonetheless. Yeah, I was trying to kill your nephew here. The one who I can actually, like, do real damage to right now. Okay, he interrupted his own animation to get his meter back. That's a new one. He's doing, like, League of Legends animation canceling to get out of having to actually do his own shit. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes in these duel fights, they'll just, like, have this shit happen. They'll have them do the charge move, and then not do the part where they're supposed to tell you the charge move is happening. One down. Like I said, he just has more hit stun on his attacks than everyone else does, so... You know what? I hate these moves just because it's so hard to grind for gems, but that's what they're there for. Alright, cutscene time. Yeah, I knew that fight was gonna be a pain in the ass as soon as I knew it was a 2v2. Because they're the worst fights in the game, honestly.
しかりよな。
さすがね。あの時のあなたとはまた違っていたけれど。
Yeah, he's no longer quite as insane as he was under those
霧に冴えた
spell
剣だっ
effects,
た。
but plus he's in his younger body.
勝負を分けたものがあるならそれはきっと運だったりして。
My disciple was better than yours is the translation.
ならば致し方なし。
I didn't teach mine shit. I taught mine everything. And then he kept learning stuff after I died. So sucks to be you.
武蔵との勝負には幕を引かざるを得まい。
Well, yeah, they got him.
だがここには他に
There is another demon here. And he's not looking at Saber.
写しを去るには少しばかり早かろう。
Completed True Swordsman. Anyone who missed talking to Assassin would be like, wait, why is he credited here? I don't know any of these voice actors off rip, unfortunately. Completed. The following day.
よう、いおりさん。
どうした助の神、こんな朝早くに。
そりゃまあな、あんたにゃいの一番に伝えねえと。よかったな、いおりさん。あんたの濡れ衣やっと晴れたぜ。
ほう、やったな、いおり。
やっとか。しかし助の神。
Yeah, how'd he get his name cleared? This is Japan. Being accused of a crime basically means you're guilty already.
誠の下手人が名乗り出た。というわけではないだろう。
Real murderer was dead.
さすがに俺じゃないぜ。
The magistrate pulled some strings.
なんというか。
I wonder if the implication might be that, Tsuchi Mikado knew it couldn't be him and was like, call this off, the real problem's been dealt with.
いわく、辻斬りの噂はすべて偽り、流言なり。江戸各地で救出せし役人、すべて病没。だとさ。なんともまあ。
The whole thing was covered up, more or less.
なるほど。
It's equally possible they realized a full-on manhunt didn't work already, and Iori kind of just beat the shit out of everyone they sent after him, so it's not worth going after him even if he did do it. It's not like the victims are gonna say anything. They're all dead. Bigwigs above the magistrate, yeah.
ああ、そうだな。
祭りごとだな。実に。
That's politics.
まあ、よし。よしとする。これ以上いおりが追われずに済むならば。
So we're back to the status quo.
そうだな。枕を高くして眠
I'll
れ
be
そ
able
う
to
だ。
sleep with both my eyes closed from now on.
おう、ひとまずあんたは無事だ。俺も駆けずり回った甲斐があるってもんよ。
よく言う。君、格之進に手を貸していたろ。
手厳しいこった。
一応言っておか
Never
ねばな。
forget, next time there's bonuses coming around, Iori needs it, because you owe him.
それじゃ俺は行くぜ。稼ぎたくなったらいつでも頼ってくんな。
Unironically, Iori makes way more money carving statues of this eccentric merchant than he does doing his actual day job.
当世のものでなき影奉仕なれば当世の罪人として咎められぬのは道理だが、まるで一切咎められぬまま去られるというのもなんだかすっきりせぬ。
なあ、だが
ようやく義の戦い
We
に
can
戻れ
finally
る
go
な。
back to the main plot. No other DLCs to do. Saber, there's a whole other DLC. What? We haven't even finished the first one, actually. What?
消えた影奉仕など忘れ
There's
てしま
two
おう。
old characters in the first one. We have to beat the ritual once to get to them. You gotta be in New Game Plus to do that? I mean, I guess. And this Bylong thing, I don't know anything about it. I knew Yagyu Munenori was gonna be involved in this one, but I don't even know that name. If they pull an entirely new servant out for this one, like completely unrelated, because these other two have been at least tied to the Grand Order. I don't know what this third one will be.
それより
Because
もよ
I'm
り
willing to bet they added a new playable character for each of them.
朝げだ朝げ。米が炊けている頃だろう。ワクワク。
Luck, luck.
わかったわかった。
Oh, you.
よし、一仕事終わりっと。さて、それじゃあ。
Alright, what's Sukanoshin doing? What are we panning up to?
宗則殿、どこの水茶屋が気に入っかな。
What?
というわけだ。より殿、
What?
馴染みの水茶屋なぞ教えてくれぬか。
I know they have to give some kind of explanation for how this character now becomes playable in the main plot.
ちなみに拙者の一押しは昼に助之進殿と赴いた上野の。
待て待て待て待てー。
宗則殿、
How the fuck are you not
な
dead?
ぜ生きている？俺の記憶が確かであれば、昨夜の試合で当世を去ったはず
Didn't
だ
I,
わ。
kill you?
いかにもしかり。
Yeah, you did.
二天一流指定の刃。確かに我が霊覚を
Yeah, no, you
削ること
definitely
に
got
す
me,
るのか
for sure. Got my spirit core, everything.
まさに風前の灯火のごとく。我が身は書き消えるのを待つのみであった。
And then...
だがな。どうにも
Couldn't help
惜しいと
feeling
思
it
えた
was too soon.
ふむ。
いや、さすがに拙者が語っては野暮というもの。
What?
何を言っている？
ともあれ、見ての通りだ。拙者の霊気は消えることなくとどまった。故に拙者はここにある。永月の儀が終わりを迎えるその時までは。
Something intervened.
義の終わりを待たずともよいぞ、柳生よ。
Don't worry, we can do this right here, right now.
すぐに私が切り捨てる。
待てセイバー。宗則殿、一つ尋ねたい。辻斬りを続ける心づもりはあるのか？
You gonna keep killing people?
はい。もはや。
Nah, I basically got what I wanted.
思いはない。
I got to fight to the death, and I didn't die, but I still did it, you
我が
know?
思い、我が推挙。
I got everything I wanted. I got to fight your crazy ass.
そうか。では、
So you're not gonna hurt anyone here, really?
ない。よしは。
No. I don't see how that would benefit me in any way at this point, no.
そうか。わかった。 柳生宗則殿、俺たちに力を貸してはくれまいか。
Would you lend us your strength?
いおり、君何を言っている？
案ずるなセイバー、念には念を入れると
Don't
も。
trust him.
確かギアースの術式だったか。
Oh, he's gonna make a contract with
宗
him.
則殿と約定を交わす。
ギアス？
That is the word.
前にじいさんから聞いた話では、行動の強制および束縛を行うものだとか。互いの同意さえあれば、さほど難しい術式ではない。
A standard servant contract is usually a light
俺
gios.
の腕では約定を破られたところで剣を落とさせるの
Most
が
I can do is have
関の
whoever
山だろうが
breaks it drop their sword.
構わないな、宗則殿。
無論
Yeah, sure.
約定を破れば剣が落ち、たちまち
If he does anything, he drops his sword and one of us cuts his head off.
わけだな。わかるにはわかったが、
無論辻斬りは許されるべきではない。それは
Goes against the path of peace. Yeah, yeah, your iconic catchphrase, Miyamoto Iori.
だが宗則殿はサーバント、遠からず消える影法師なのだろう。ならばだ、江戸
の町とそこに暮らす民草を守るため、柳生の力を借りるというわけか。
ああ、
へえ、好きにしろ。その顔はもう決めているという顔だ。
というわけだ、宗則殿。
Well, there you have it.
心遣いに感謝する。
Sure, this is enough of an explanation for why they don't just kill him. So we can keep playing as him in the main story.
断る理由などいささかもあるまいよ。この柳生宗則、改めて共にあろう。我が剣にていずれ勝利をもたらそうぞ。
To bond with Yagyu Munenori. Secret technique, Fleeting Edge. Swiftly draws a sword to unleash a single slash. Cool. Great talent should be utilized. Obtained. Boatload of money, some skill jewel clusters, all of that. Great. Nobody likes that I'm allowed to just go replay that if I really want to. The most I'd do it for would be to farm the materials to turn into gems, which I don't need anymore. I think I got all the mats I need. Giant bat suppression. Rakshasa warrior suppression. Kinda enemies over here. Just more Onibi. Ah yes, completed the Chronicles so I can get his MP gauge up faster. About that mounting. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Leading Edge. Yagyu Munenori. He's also slightly higher level than the other characters. I mean, Rogue Ruler is way higher level, but he's slightly. Her stats are jacked to shit. Her lowest is Technique, because she is not a martial artist, so that actually makes sense. She's just a god swinging around at full strength every time. He lost. Target he pursued so fiercely through Yoshiwara and Nihonbashi was not Iori, but Munenori. Although Rogue Berserker could sense the bloodlust roiling within Munenori on first sight, he could not infer who it was directed against. Thus, the Mad Warrior saw Munenori as a potential threat to Takao Dayu, went so far as to leave his own spirit font in order to pursue them. That checks out, yeah. Toshiyoshi's secret technique. Yagyu Munenori's spirit origin does not boast the power of a true sword saint. All he can do is attempt to avoid this onslaught from the Shinkageryu's successor who devoted his entire being to mastering the sword. So that also wasn't him at his true power, I suppose. Which is what they're using for how Iori that early in the story could even fight him. Like, even with Musashi's help, that's a tricky one. Bailong and the Crimson Demon. So curious what that'll be. I'll take a mallet, sure, why not?
始めよ
Eagle Vision. Impregnable Workshop. Got all the new workshop renovations of the Yagyu Sword Chronicles. Yeah, chance of obtaining mountings that possess powerful effects.
始めよ
Speaking of, let's tear all these apart for stuff.
やるか
Useful. So much stuff that's, like, impossible to grind out. Yeah, battle recollections for the Yagyu Sword Chronicles, of course there are. Blades of Edo. Fight those who call Edo home. Motives vary, but their resolve is steel. Answer with steel of your own. Sure, why not? Showdown Blades of Edo. Oh! Fukinoshin and,
では参る
Kakunoshin. Oh, we clashing? We clashing, buddy? What happened? Yeah, neither of them are actually at all good in a fight. Okay, this is a gag fight. Oh, wait. A little bit more to it. Guard Fighter and Yagyu Toshiyoshi in his base form. Like his non-boss mode. Missed me! Owie. Not that time, admittedly. Oh, bastard. Malediction, Are you kidding me? He ignored the time stop? Hit me. Alright. I strike. Scintillating divide. Look, I'll farm HP off you if I have to.
すかさずおゆで
Ow. There we go. And level up for Yori. Hip hip hurrah. Yeah, that's not so bad. Just some pretty normal enemies. The number of them made it a little tricky, but... Vivid Nemesis. Fight Yagyu Toshiyoshi. Thrilled by the blade, the master swordsman howls his rage. Let's do this. I'm guessing we're gonna fight him in both forms. It's honestly gonna be way easier than with like a whole guy next to him. Divide you via scintillation. Miss me. Not that time. Single surge. Oh, there's a hard knockdown on this one too. Divide via scintillation. Yeah, I've been neglecting my afterglows recently. Boom! Water-empowered Void is some of the best damage in the game. Yeah, you sure are a big scary guy now, aren't ya? Whoa, okay, his wake up is an attack. Not one that seems to deal damage, admittedly. Yep. None of that. Okay, waterfall. I was trying to get over here faster, but it just didn't happen. I do not like his free wake-up animation. I do not like how combo-heavy he is, either. How he'll just get hit once, you got hit the whole time. Blazing Surge. Really? Did he just iframe through our special while it was happening? To avoid getting stunned by it. He still took the damage, but... that's quite annoying. The other thing is, when I'm alone with Saber, I get a lot more of these going off. Because I'm usually much closer to Saber. Alright, it is a cancel, it's not a damage-dealing effect. Knew I could pull that off. He's got these kicks that are annoying. What? Oh, fuck you! It, like, paused in the middle of it to hit Saber, and that threw off my timing. Gotcha. None of that is allowed. Got him. Hey, Saber, you caught up in level. Fervid Nemesis complete. Give me more of that money. Midnight Moon, fight Yagyu-Moon and Ori. Yeah, I want to do the 1v1 with him. Or 2v1, I guess. Hee. Ah, fighting up here. Interesting. There we go. This works because it does. No question if you don't. And if you're nonsense... Oh. Yeah, the healing in boss fights just ain't reliable when you can't finish your combos. None of that. I don't know how he managed to not hit me during all that. Fuck you! Just like he's exclusively attacking when I have animations going. Like he's not doing them at all until I'm doing something. Gotcha. Damn it. Damn it! Like, his attacks are spaced perfectly to catch you at the end of the thing. This is actually getting to an annoying degree how tuned that is. Like, he feels specifically designed to hit you between your animations. Not count as a dodge. Fuck you, that absolutely was a dodge. What the fuck? He moved backwards to do that. With a front... You can't front flip backwards. That doesn't work. Okay. There we go, shipwreck. This'll work. Get his ass. There we go. Thank you, Arya. Okay. I just need to be more patient and more reactive to him. He's not that hard to riposte if you set it up. I was just being too aggressive and getting hit and having to... I was too greedy, honestly. That's a problem I often have in games. Light Moon and Ori and Toshiyoshi. I don't want to do that as this. If I'm doing that, I'm doing it as the character who can actually fight that stuff. It's cool you got your swords and crap, but you're gonna fight an actual god now. Like, whatever you thought you could do, it basically doesn't work anymore. Although an arena this small for her does not work out well. Let me give you a little taste. Grace. Hey, you missed. Hey, look, Cower and Trumbull. Come now, take the step. Don't look back. There's nothing left for you beyond the veil. You tried and yet you failed. Oh, they both got their meter back simultaneously. Yeah, cool try, man. Hey, look at that, you missed. He build meters so quickly. Speaking of meter, claws upon your heart, rip and tear your soul apart. You've lost the game, it's always the same when you stand before a god. Hee hee. Bye, Toshiyoshi. Now, Munenori, what would you like to try to do? That? Well, not gonna work. Sorry to tell ya. I realize I probably used more healing on her just because it's actually genuinely impossible to see what the hell the enemies are doing. But her health pool is so enormous and she does so much damage, it winds up not mattering because it's just a fast way to get through the hard reminiscences. Desperate Duel has been unlocked. Showdown Desperate Duel. Fight those who live by the sword. In the battlefield, life ends in a flash of the blade. Who will be the victor? The last special reward, it's just a bunch of money, essentially, but... let's see what this is about? I suppose? Oh. Fight Shadow Iori first. Or I suppose it's Iori's excess. Well, a human enemy is the thing. He doesn't have a break gauge and he can be interrupted with heavy attacks. He'll do some damage, though. Let's do some malediction. Okay, that hit me at some point. That also hit me. Okay. How the fuck? I'm actually freaking the fuck out. Yeah, I genuinely can't see what he's doing sometimes. He's actually too small to understand his movements beyond all the bullshit I'm throwing out. There we go. Alright, come on. You doing that? Got tons of health. Probably is their way of getting around, like, his lack of a break gauge. Make the fight still take a while. Ah, screw it. Just finish it. Oh, we're doing this. No, we're not. Oh, I'm not allowed to leave in the middle? Who the fuck's idea was that? We gotta keep them both on screen at once.
燃え盛るホムラのごとくライダー
I know how to heal, game. It is an intentional decision not to right now. Fortunately, because I don't want to do this fight, because this is gonna take forever. God damn it. One of them is always unleashing something. Really lucky when they stand near each other while I riposte them. That hit me because it did. That hit me because it did. Jesus Christ. How is some of this not dodging? What else do you want, game? How are some of these not perfect dodges? Ah. What the? Oh. This game about, like, countering and stuff becomes really, really annoying to play when it's 2-on-1. Not impossible, obviously, but really annoying and unfun. Yeah. Oh, that bullshit! He shouldn't be allowed to attack me during that. That's actually not fair. That's an unavoidable stun. You can't do anything to prevent that. I really do hate how it forces your aim to whichever one it wants to when it does shit. Because, like, no, that's not who I was aiming at for specific reasons. I am trying to prioritize targets. Stop switching my aim. I know who I want to aim at. No, I specifically still want to aim at him. Stop switching my aim. I know I riposted this guy, but that's not an excuse. God's sake. For fuck's sake! They're both constantly doing shit that can't both be reacted to simultaneously! And stop switching my view between them! I can't keep track of what's happening anymore! One of them is doing a move. The only way to dodge is to get as far away as possible. The other one, you must interrupt up close. They are standing next to each other. My God! That's not even a long enough animation to be interrupted. Out of this menu, for God's sake. Closest thing I get to a break is when one of them teleports way away from the other. And it takes them a second to keep up with each other. That is not what I meant to eat. Yeah, screw you. If there were really a marathon of 1v1s, it'd be doable. Oh. Oh, come the fuck on. I thought maybe Musashi would be after this, but Musashi and Saber. Saber's already the biggest pain in the ass to fight in this game. Not the single biggest, but God, is it not fun. What the fuck is Castella? Bleeding Edge. Jesus Christ, they're both spamming ranged attack. Jesus. Of course, Ryder can't actually interrupt shit. No, for God's sake, I said leave this menu! Really following the trend of if one of them is hittable, the other one's doing something I need to be dodging right away. Oh, look at that. One of them wasn't hittable, and the other one stunned me with an unavoidable move that made me get hit by the other one. The prime example of we don't care about balance, we just want to make something that's hard for the sake of hard. Not actually difficult in a fair way. We just want to deal damage to you can't avoid. We didn't balance these two characters to be fighting next to each other. We're putting them next to each other anyway, and making you fight them. We're gonna call it a hard challenge, but realistically, it's just a sync of all your healing items. Characters who don't work together, and realistically, it's not feasible to fight them simultaneously. Fight them simultaneously. Yes, yes, you got your meter back. Doesn't help that some of these, it just feels like the parry doesn't work. Like, how was that one count, but all the other times I did the exact same animation not? Oh, god damn it. Like, it really is, they're both constantly doing moves you have to counter, but you can't counter them both at once no matter what. Sometimes it doesn't matter that you were mashing the dodge. One of them was doing an animation that you can't dodge during, so you're gonna get hit by the other one. I wish you could quit out of this bullshit. Like, why am I not allowed to quit out if I don't think I can win and I don't want to keep using items? Like, just let yourself die. Give me a quit out option so I don't have to do the dying part. Because every instinct in me tells me to not die, but I'm just gonna let them kill me so I can get out of this stupid shit and stop wasting all my items on this. I've already wasted like half of what I have. This is annoying. What is this? Yeah, Reminiscence Shinkage-ryu. Yeah, the last one is just something to do. Stupid. It's 3 really annoying fights in a row, when 1 annoying fight in a row is already shit in this game. I'm gonna stop because I'm getting hot. I mean in every way. I'm gonna stop recording. See you next time, YouTube. God's sake.